Hey everybody, this is Chris Irving from Kratom Kingdome coming back to you talking about the one and only subject of Kratom. And I have a lot to say about it because it's been a while and I've been pondering and pondering and pondering. That's a Tennessee word, I believe. Peggy, correct me if I'm wrong. Is pondering an Appalachian word? I'm trying to learn the culture here. Anyway, as the thumbnail says, is kratom a medicine? Can it be utilized as a medicine? Well, coming from a hippie family that I came from the 70s, yes, I'm that old, we were poor and didn't have the opportunity to go to the doctor a lot, didn't have a lot of insurance, so remedies that we used were stuff that my mom found in the yard or books, or there was no internet, so we had to do all of our research in books. Remember those? And we would grow all sorts of herbs and stuff for our food and for our health, and which was one of the main reasons my father smoked marijuana, because it helped his PTSD from being in the army, and it helped his anxiety because he had a really rough life. Towards the end, he quit smoking it because his grandchildren were born, and he wanted to be a good influence on them. I guess he didn't care about being a good influence on me because he smoked it right in front of me, him and all of his friends, and I don't blame him for it. I mean, he was much calmer and much nicer and much healthier when he was on it. So I don't see cannabis and THC as such a bad thing. It's an herbal remedy that Native Americans have been using for hundreds of years before we even were on this continent. And another one is kratom, which is Southeast Asia's cannabis, and it works for many things. I started taking 12 prescription medications that I had to go to the doctor for every month to get them re-prescribed, which costs a lot of money. Fortunately, I was a teacher, so I had really good insurance at the time. But after I lost my job because of my disability, I got basic Medicare, which is a joke. Also, I suffered migraines my entire life, horrible migraines, and been to pain clinics. Every doctor's prescribed me a pain pill for it, which it helped while the pain pill was making me feel euphoric, but it didn't cure my migraines. And then a holistic healer took me into his room and gave me a hot cup of kratom, and from that point on I have never had a migraine again. I say kratom cures migraines. I mean, mine were so bad that I got Botox injections in my neck. I remember being 10 years old, laying in the bathroom where it was completely black, putting a pillow over my head and just crying for hours because it hurt so bad. I had to go through school with it, just sitting with my head on the desk, and the teachers knew I got migraines, so they gave me a break. Been to hundreds of I don't know about hundreds, but been to several doctors to try to cure my migraines. One cup of this magic kratom tea, and I've never had a migraine again. In 40 years, I haven't had, or 50 years, I haven't had, 40 years, I haven't had a migraine. Not even a headache. My migraines used to start in the back of my neck and go up, and I couldn't even open my eyes, and it takes a lot to make me cry from pain, and I would just cry, and I would lay in my mom's lap and she would massage my head and just do anything to comfort me, because you could see the pain in my eyes, and I couldn't drive. I had to go to work, and if every night I got a migraine at work, and I would just run through it because that's what you do at work. That's what my dad taught me. when you're at work, and you have to not let your coworkers down. And I was the manager, so I had to do it. And my sister was one of my employees, and she saw me started babbling words and pass out on the floor of the place I was working. And when I stood up, I had no equilibrium, and the doctor said you had a mini stroke, that the headache was so bad that it caused a mini stroke. And the day I had my big stroke, I had a headache. But I was so used to it that I went through my normal day, cleaned the house, mopped all the hardwood floors, vacuumed the furniture, vacuumed the dust off the baseboard, because I'm a pretty clean and organized guy. You wouldn't be able to tell living in this little tiny bedroom, but that's just because I'm disrespected by my family, and they really don't care about me, to be quite honest with you. And this is not just an opinion. I mean, they've said it. I hope you end up homeless. I hope you end up on the street living in your car. I don't care about you. I'm not going to let you live with me when our mom dies. Because when my mom dies, she was supposed to leave me the house. Because I was the oldest son, and I have nothing. No house, nothing to my name, but a 300,000 mile Honda CR-V that my father left me when he died. So my mom left. She didn't believe that I could handle the $400 a month mortgage and this $600 a year property taxes. So she gave it to my 20-year-old autistic nephew, who, in my opinion, can't do anything. I mean, he makes minimum wage working in a sub shop, and I make more than him on disability, and I am now out looking for a job so that I can live a slightly better life. I'm on a waiting list, which could take 2 years, for government housing in the ghettos of Knoxville. I'm not real pleased to move there, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So anyway, more ways that Kratom has gotten me off of medications. I take an antidepressant because, of course, being in my situation, I'm going to suffer major depression. I tried St. John's wort. All it did was give me a headache because I was taking it with an antidepressant, and it says not to do that. But Kratom, when I drink Kratom regularly, I don't feel the depression so much, and I don't feel the anxiety so much. So we've got pain relief from my migraines, and it cured migraines. I'll just say it cured it. Reduced my anxiety so that instead of taking 9 milligrams of benzodiazepines a day, I take 1. And get through my day fine. I can drive, I can handle situations. But without my Kratom, I'm anxious again. So it is something that I have to use all the time. And something I can't say my cholesterol because I still have to take a cholesterol medicine, unfortunately. But my digestive issues, I mostly have digestive issues because I don't move, because I'm disabled and I don't exercise anymore, and I'm getting a little chubby, and I don't care about myself so much anymore because I have no friends. I don't leave my house unless I have to, and I'm so exceedingly poor that I can't. A computer that I'm saving for $500 for a computer, which should be nothing. I mean, it would be a computer that would be good enough to where I could make dope videos and be back on par with where I was when I started. I mean, it was my life, video recording and video editing. And if I could, like prominent YouTubers and whatever they're called, I would hire a editor who has, but I can't hire anybody. I can't even hire an Uber to take me home from the hospital if an ambulance takes me there for my seizures. That's another thing Kratom stopped, is my seizures. as long as I'm drinking Kratom, I don't have grand mal seizures anymore. I haven't had one in years, and I've been taking Kratom for years. The only time I had a seizure was because they took me off of my benzodiazepines immediately, and I ran out of Kratom. So I had 3 grand mal seizures in a row. As soon as I got Kratom, they stopped. And an amazing thing that's happening now is my doctor is gonna look at Mitrogyna speciosa, which is the active ingredient in Kratom, the alkaloid, if you will, and he's gonna research it and find out what else it's good for. And if it does come down to the fact that he has to prescribe it for me, he will, because I've been with this doctor for a long time and he really cares. You know, he's not just a prescriber. In fact, that's why I chose him, because I basically auditioned him when they appointed him as my doctor. I said, are you an MD? Are you a scientist? Are you a prescriber? I mean, are you closed-minded about other options for health or for healing? And he said, absolutely. He passed all my questions, and I've been very happy with him. The only thing I'm not happy with him for is he sends me to a specialist for everything. But I guess that's what primary care physicians do. That's the new medicine. Where when I first had my stroke in 2003, my doctor did everything. She was my neurologist, she was my pain clinic, she was my blood disorder checker. I mean, she did everything for me. I didn't have to see a specialist for anything. But that was another time and another place. So yes, I believe with all my heart that Kratom, this amazing leaf off of a tree, is good for replacing certain medications. Of course, talk with your doctor, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist. I'm just a user of alternative medications and history. And since I started drinking Kratom, I've had so much less caffeine. Caffeine is another drug, and caffeine happens to come from the same family, the same, I don't know what they're called in botanics, but they're from the same family as coffee beans. The alkaloids in the leaf of a kratom tree mimic coffee, so I don't drink caffeine so much anymore, and it wakes me. If I drink enough kratom, it wakes me up. And unfortunately, it is only the 4th of the month, and I have to wait till Saturday the 7th until my monthly Kratom comes. And it's going to be hard, because I am going to be without Kratom for 3 days. But I've survived longer than... It's not going to kill me, it's just going to make me really hard to live with. My anxiety is going to be out of control. My depression is going to be out of control. And I probably won't leave my room. And I had planned on October buying. I would have had $600 saved for my computer, and I've got everything else for it. I mean, I don't need to buy a monitor, mouse, keyboards, nothing. It's just a little Mac Mini with an M2 processing chip in it, which will be powerful enough to run Final Cut Pro, Adobe Photoshop, Logic Pro, which is my music software, so I can start recording bands again, which is something I loved to do. And that picture of me on the thumbnail of the crazy guy screaming, that was me in my band, in my emo band in 2000. And so that's where I come from. And at that point in my life, I was 100% against anything that people would put in their body that was a poison, like drugs or alcohol or cigarettes or everything but tattoos, obviously. So I want to wish you guys a happy rest of the week, and hopefully in October I'll have my new computer and we'll be able to, and hopefully soon I'll have my own place to live, because living here is becoming intolerable. I'm the only one that pays, and I have no control over anything in the house. I mean, they turned the air conditioner on 67 last night. It was 62 outside. I'm like, if you guys want it that cold, and for me, my brain doesn't register the temperature right, so it doesn't adjust my body temperature because of the internal thermostat, and I freeze, and I'm sleeping under a big blanket, and I'm freezing at 67 degrees. I mean, I swear I thought I could see my breath. And I finally talked my mom into leaving on 68 at the lowest, and she said she did. So it was either my nephew that woke up and decided he was too hot, he doesn't pay a damn thing, he doesn't help out at all, and that's the rest of my personal problems. So he's a scumbag, and he will get his when I move out, and I'm not paying a dime. He won't have my money anymore. He won't have my mom paying all of his bills anymore, because my mom still pays for his electricity, his water, his garbage, his internet. I mean, she pays for everything for this kid, and he thinks he's going to rent my room, the room that I'm in, for $500, and nobody's going to rent this closet for $500 a month. The other room he might be able to get $500. My original room that I lived in when I first moved to Knoxville, that he snuck his stuff in there as soon as I went to Florida on a vacation. He moved in and said, it's his room now, and this is his house, and I'll follow his rules or I'll move out. And I have been disgruntled for that ever since. And alright, everybody, have a good day, and I will see you in the next few days when I can think of another topic. Peace out. It's really good. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Tamara. Hi, Slogo. Hi, Sergeant Gregory. Hi, DP. And hi, all you other Kratomites. Too many of you now. I'm up to 1,037 subscribers now. And if you're just watching this and you're not subscribed, if you subscribe to me, you don't have to hit notifications and not watch any other videos if this isn't your thing. But just a simple subscription helps me out so much more. And a like. Alright, I love you all. I hope Kratom helps you as much as it does me. Peace out.